back to my channel. My name is Corinne. I talk about all things sex, thriving your singleness, and self-love. And this one is going to be a feminine educational video about how you need to interact when dating. And I'm going to specifically title it, Don't Go Over That Man's House. So please listen to me before I say this. My channel is for women who want to grow in their feminine essence, and my underlying goal is always peace and ease. I have told you all that before. Peace and ease. I'm not going to say names, but we have seen in popular culture where these women are getting caught up in these horrific situations, and then we're saying, oh, that's so sad, I hope she's okay, I'm praying for her. Whereas, yes, I'm praying for you, and I want to give you a guidebook of how to do this so that you can be safer and you can put yourself more in a position to be as safe as you possibly can as a woman. What we need to understand, and what people have not done the best job of talking to us and telling us, is that men are stronger than women. Okay, they are physically stronger than women. This is like the strongest woman who has trained all her life, who can do all the things, is nowhere near as strong as the strongest man. I did it in another one of my videos. I looked it up. But I want to say, I think the strongest men can lift it was something like 500 or 600 more pounds or 1,000 more pounds than the strongest woman. And that's just strength, picking something up. That's not holding something down. It's just so many different things. So ladies, please listen to what I am saying to you. I know it's popular to Netflix and chill, to let him cook for you, to let him make a meal, to do all those things. But there is nothing, okay, you cannot do outside that you can do in a man's house. There is nothing. He want to cook for you, they got cooking classes. He want to watch a movie, it's outdoor movies in the park in the summertime. He want to show you he can play piano, it's a piano down at the piano store. At some beautiful mall, there's a piano he can walk right up to and play. There is nothing you cannot do outside that you cannot do at a man's house. And let me tell you why I'm saying this. And this is going to be contrary to popular culture. And y'all know my videos I'm not telling you what's popular. I'm telling you what it is. Okay? Argue with the science, argue with God. Is that as a woman, you are more vulnerable in the presence of a man. I'm not saying that all men are dangerous. I'm telling you, you are more vulnerable in the presence of a man. And I would love to say, family members, but sometimes that goes wrong too. But around a safe man, you are safer, okay? But around the presence of a man, I would not advise you be alone with a man who is not a safe, proven family member, who is not a safe, proven friend, who has been vetted by family, really, really well. I don't recommend it. I do not recommend it because we are just more vulnerable. And I know, strong girl, women in power, okay? It's just true. It is what it is. It's just true. And so to keep yourself safe, you are not to be alone in a room with a man who is not your husband, who is not your father, who is not your grandfather. You are not to do it. You are not to do it. I wrote some things down. So why? There is safety in public. Most people commit crimes in the dark. Most people commit crimes, very sneakily, trying to slide around. Most people are not committing crimes in broad daylight. Some people do it. Most of it is not happening in broad daylight. It's secret, it's underground, it's, at nighttime when nobody's looking, it's, behind your back, it's all kinds of things like that. Most crime is not happening in broad daylight, especially violent crimes. Most people are not going to attack someone in public, because there will be people there to help them. There people be like, what is going on? Especially if you're defenseless and it's not like a fight, like people can see it's a literal attack. So there is safety in numbers, ladies. Stay in public. Please stay in public. All right. The second is his house is his domain. He knows where all the candles are. He knows, turn his Bluetooth on. Hey, Alexa, play, whatever his go-to song is. He knows where the wine is. He knows where all the exits are. Like, he knows, and you do not. That is not a place you need to be. It is not a place you need to be, girl. Especially a random man who you don't know, who you just met, who's like, hey, come over my house. No, thank you. Okay, that's his domain. He knows he knows how to set the mood. He knows how to set the scene. He knows how to do all these things. And I'm not saying that every man is violent and wants to hurt you if you go over his house. What I am saying is, as a woman, you have to take precaution. You have to take precaution. We cannot move in the world the way a man does. And I know that hurts your feelings, and it doesn't sound good, and it's contrary to popular belief, and women should be able to do whatever they want to do. No. For your safety, no. Absolutely not. No. Okay? Another one is just a road down to, and I'm trying not to get flagged because apparently YouTube flags. It's just a road down to intercourse. It's you keep going over there, something is bound to happen. Something is bound to happen. You keep going over a man's house, and it's just you, and it's just him, and you keep going over, and you keep going over, and you keep going over. Something is bound to happen. And here on my channel, we do not have intercourse with these men, okay? So we're trying to keep ourselves as safe as possible, and we're trying to eliminate any and all distractions or anything that could get us and that could take us out of our element. And his house is one of those places. And I said the fourth one is everything you can do at his house, you can do outside. You all, we have to, as feminine essence beings, we want to be as peaceful, as easy, as beautiful, as vital, as loving, as caring, as open-hearted as we can possibly be. And we have to take certain steps to do those things. And so this is why I say, don't go over a man's house. Now, if a man is to watch this and he gets triggered, or he's to say to you, oh, why would you listen to her? You can come over my house, whatever. Okay. To that, I say, okay. But here's what I want you to start asking men. Whatever a man asks you to do, I want you to ask him, would he allow his daughter to do that? And then how many times would he allow his daughter to do that? And if he thinks that would be the safest option for his daughter. Because I was talking to a man who I love, but still a man, so I got the real. A man who I love, and he was just saying he can't believe basically that I'm able to date because I don't give my body away. And I said, interesting. I said, how soon do the women you date, how soon is that happening? He's like, oh, first night. I said, oh, okay. So this man has a daughter. So I said, okay, so at what date, at what point would it be okay for her to do that? Oh, that's not even the same thing. That's not even the same thing. We can't even talk about that. That's not even in the conversation. He started to get upset. And I said, okay, these women you are messing with are somebody's daughter. Yes. That's not the same thing. These women you are messing with, someone loves them. Yes. That's not the same thing. That's not the same thing. I said, okay. And my point is proven. And I had a video where I talked about assign yourself as precious. Because these men are asking you to do things that they could not conceive. They can't even have the thought about their daughter doing it. But they're asking you to do it. They couldn't even conceive or have the thought about their sister doing it. But they're asking you to do it. They could not even conceive or have the thought about their little cousin doing it. But they're asking you to do it. And so I'm asking you, why are you okay with that? Why are the most precious women in his life, he can't even think that thought, but it's okay for you to do it. Because these men will really try to play you like a goofy. And I hate that I hate it. I hate to be the messenger for that one. But they will try to play you like a goofy. And then when whatever comes up, if it's now you have a health problem because of him, or now you're pregnant because of him, or now, oh my God, so many different things. Now, a woman's body changes, her health needs change when she is engaging in intercourse, trying not to get flagged, engaging in intercourse, her health needs change. And so if anything happens, you're responsible for that. You are not going to be able to ask the man who you had intercourse with on the first date to, up your insurance plan because now your health needs have changed because you're active. Okay, he's gonna laugh at you. He's going to laugh in your face if he responds at all. Because when it comes down to it, people are gonna say, "Oh, you're doing too much." But if anything happens, you're gonna be held responsible. They're gonna say, "Why did you go there? Why were you dating that man? You knew he was no good," And not even terrible violent things, but like if you waste your time with a man, people are gonna say, "Well, you chose him." No one is going to cry for you if you wasted your 20s with a man who didn't love you, didn't care about you, didn't honor you, didn't protect you, didn't care about you, didn't cherish you. No one is going to shed a tear for you. You have to be responsible for that. And so, yeah, make your standards high and make sure that if you have to be responsible for your life, it's the most beautiful, peaceful, easy life you could possibly have. Make sure those things are in there. Because remember, he would not want his daughter to do these things. If he had a choice, his daughter would be like at home somewhere, locked up, or in his care. Because men know men. And I tell you, ladies, this all the time. That's why men are so they get up in arms when, you start dating or you bring a man around, because men know men. It's women who are like, la, 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 la. And, we are literally with a crazy person or a man who's going to suck 10 years of our time, and we don't get compensated in any way. Not in love, not in respect, not in money, not in provision. Literally, we get nothing. We don't get spiritual, we get nothing, okay? That he's going to suck your time is that the men in your life are going to tell you. They're going to say, "I don't agree with this." And I've known this to be true. And some women are like, "Oh, he's just jealous," or, "Oh, he doesn't want me to be happy." But to you, I would say, if a man in your life who loves you, especially uncle, cousin, brother, father, if you have healthy family, if they care enough to say out of their mouth, because good men don't want to offend women, right? And they're also very tiptoey in these times because they don't know how to say certain things. If he goes out of his way to tell you, this is not a good dude, I would not advise this. He's going to waste your time. I want you to listen to this man. Please. Men know other men. We do not have that same thing. We have to work on that sense. A man can sniff a man out the moment he walks in a room. We do not have that ability. That is not our superpower. At all. As you can see by how so many women are getting I don't even know the word for it. It makes my heart sad, but it's so many women are being hoodwinked and bamboozled. Because we didn't ask a trusted man in our lives, "Hey, what do you think about him? How do you feel about him? I need you to go have coffee with him. Go, whatever it is that y'all need to do, go do it. Go do it." Because I don't know. He gives me feelings on my inside and I think I like him, but I'm going to give this to you, uncle. I'm going to give this to you, dad. I'm going to give this to you, granddaddy. I'm going to give this to you, trusted male in my life. You tell me if he's okay. Because we do not know men. We do not know men. And so to keep yourself safe, do not go in places alone with men. Don't do it. There are like some very small like wiggle room, but honestly, if I were you, I just would not do it at all, because the consequences far outweigh like the time you would have having fun with him. He wants to hang out with you, go in public. What is wrong with going and staying in public? Go have fun in public. Right? Go do all the things in public. Not at that man's house. You do not know him. And that's so hard for women to hear, but you do not know this man. You do not know these men. I can't believe the amount of times I've heard, I thought I knew him and then, this happened. Or I thought I knew him and I can't believe he showed that. You do not know this man. This is like a new generation of freedom and exploration, but we did not have this kind of, first of all, men did not have this kind of access to women. It's never been like this. It's never been, hey, you come over my house and let's hang out. This is such a new thing. And it's actually quite dangerous for women, okay? Because some people think it's very old fashioned, but I think it's the safest way for women, and it's maybe really hard for you to hear, is that there was a reason why people had dates at the home. There are some people in some cultures who still do this, where you cannot take a woman on a date until you meet like her whole family, but specifically her mom and her dad. And if y'all are in the house, boom, there are people. There's always people. There's always people. Bridgerton is one of my favorite Netflix shows. And one thing I realized about Bridgerton is I was like, okay, this was not that long ago, but in Bridgerton, to be alone with a woman was a scandal. Now, do I think it should have been that deep and people should be publicly shamed? No. But I had to really think about, why was it such a scandal? Why would they shame women so much to be alone with a man? And then it dawned on me, it's unsafe. It's actually unsafe. A lot of things that we think are backwards were there for our protection. A lot of the things were like, oh, that's so weird, was there to keep women safe. Because if it's alone in a room with a man and a woman, who is more powerful? Who is more dominant? Who has more control? Every time it is going to be the man. And I know y'all do not want to hear that, but I'm trying to save you. I am really trying to help you understand this. We are not to give men access the way they have been getting access to us. This is very new. This is very new. 100 years ago, you would not have just been able to be up in a woman's house like this. That's why people would like look at you and be like, and say certain things and like kind of bring shame, because it's really to keep you safe. And once again, I don't agree with all the tactics, but you really need to go back and think about, okay, why was it such a big deal for a man and a woman to be alone? Why was that such a, oh my God, scandal? Because a lot of it is unsafe. Yes, and I'm a spiritual being, okay? I am a daughter of God. I am a spiritual being having a physical experience, and you can kumbaya and we're all spirits and I'm divinely protected. Yes, you are. You are 100% divinely protected. And let God know, I appreciate your protection so much, God, that I'm not about to play with your protection. That I know that you protect me, and that I'm not about to go into the lion's den and then pray for you to get me out safely. I'm just actually not going to go into the lion's den. I'm actually just not going to go. This is information I tell my little cousins. I'm going to tell my future daughter. Like, I'm going to tell my future son, like, don't be alone in a room with a woman. Take her out. Like, don't do it. It's just so many different things that can happen. We are not equipped to handle it. We are not. And once again, I know that this is like scary. And it's like, Corinne, how could you say these things? And I should be able to be alone with whoever. And to that I say, you have free will. And you can do whatever it is that you want to do. But I want to point out that, is it DV? Because YouTube flags things. But if you have a partner who likes to put their hands on you, do you think your partner is going to do it inside of a home or in public? Ding, ding, ding. Inside of a home. And so if this is a man that you are seeing, or if this is your boyfriend, you have better chances in public to see how he handles rage, to see how he handles anger, than you do inside the home. I am telling you all, it is going to save you. It is like an insurance policy. I have insurance, and I haven't used my insurance. I've been paying for insurance at this point like 5 years now, and I've never used my insurance, and yet I pay it every month because I know that one day this may come in handy. You can choose not to have insurance, okay? You can make that choice. You have free will. But what happens when you need that insurance? What happens when something happens and you're like, oh my God, I wish I had insurance? We're insuring our lives. This is an insurance policy, okay? And would I rather spend that money on something else? Yes, okay? I could be getting like more monthly massages with my insurance money, but I keep my insurance to keep me safe. Ladies, we have to keep ourselves safe. We have to be proactive in keeping ourselves safe. We are at a point where get good men around you, but we're at a point where keeping ourselves safe is now our responsibility. And so we may have to put into practice different boundaries or rules that may go against the status quo, but it's going to keep you physically, mentally, and spiritually safe. And so I would rather people talk about me and be like, oh, Corinne, she's such a prude, da 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 da, and I be spiritually, mentally, and physically safe, than I not be spiritually, mentally, and physically safe, and I go along for the bananas. Don't take the bait. Let that man take you outside. He does not deserve you to be in his home. And don't let him come to your house. Okay? Stay outside. Stay outside. There's power in public places. Stay outside. Stay in highly populated areas that are safe, where if something were to go wrong, the people there would be like, excuse me. No. They would call the police for you. They would do whatever they needed to do. Stay safe, ladies. Like, please stop this going to these men's houses. It does not work out well. It doesn't. And let's say 20% of the time it works out well. Okay? But 80% of the time it doesn't. I'm going to bank on the 80. I'm going to bank on the 80. If somebody said, hey, walk through this door, it's an 80% chance, though, something bad's going to happen. But they're like, it's 20% chance it's not. I'll take the 80 and keep the door closed. Okay? Keep the door closed. I'm okay. I'm going to take my 80% over the 20%. Okay? I don't want those things. I don't want to be in danger. I don't want to have to, watch myself or wonder if I'm safe. I'm just going to stay in public. And so you can keep the whatever. You can keep the 20%. I don't want it. No, thank you. You can keep all of that. No. I don't want any of those things. I want none of those problems. I want none. And like I said, this is not the golden law, because you really can go over a man's house and enjoy yourself and have fun. I've done it before. I have stopped doing it though, because I've noticed, I'm like, okay, Corinne, you have to start putting boundaries over your protection for yourself. You have to start making life insurance policies, okay? You have to start thinking ahead and not behind. You have to start thinking proactively. like I said, this is not for everybody. This is for women who enjoy peace and ease. Okay? Peace and ease. This is for women who enjoy peace and ease. So thank you so much for watching this video. And like I said, I know it may be some hard truths to hear, and it may seem really backwards, but I want y'all to really think this through. You are a woman, okay? You are physically more vulnerable when you are with a man. And that is just the truth. That is science. Look it up. Men are stronger than women. Men have more testosterone than women. Like, it is what it is, okay? I don't make the rules. I did not make the physicality of men and women. I did not do those things, okay? Don't shoot the messenger. What I want you to do is I want you to think about, how much is this home date worth my safety? Even if he is a safe man, do not do it. Okay? Don't do it. Don't do it. All right. If you all have enjoyed this, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And my question for this video is going to be, do you think it's okay to go to a man's house? Or vice versa, do you think it's okay for a man to come to a woman's house? Why or why not? As always, you can book one-on-one coaching with me, and that's going to be down in the description box. And you also can get one of my courses. I have so many now. I have Sex is Your Superpower. I have Become a Desire. There's one in there called like The Joy of Life, where I talk about like how you can have joy as a feminine woman, and how you can keep and cultivate joy, you know, in a world that is full of, you know, anxiety and depression and sadness. And Sex is Your Superpower is a course. It's a 12-week course where you go through it with me, and I help you reclaim your sexual power. You have one-on-one access to me. There's journal entries in there. There are videos in there that have never been published to YouTube that are like top secret. You need to get them, okay? That information, some of the information in there, I just cannot say on YouTube, because you will have to build up knowledge for whatever I'm going to say to make sense, because it's so like really deep into the spiritual, and we talk about the feminine, and we talk about like the reasons why it's important to be in your sensual power and how to be in your sensual power. So there's a lot of yummy, juicy, delicious things in that course. And if you're interested in that, go ahead on and click the link in the description box, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.